All right, so Travis Bazzana's red hot. It's what, 4 or 5 straight games?
Five straight games with an extra base hit.
With an extra base hit. Yesterday he had 2 doubles, and he got robbed of a home run. I don't know. We probably don't have the video of that.
We cannot show it.
Can't show it. James Wood in right center field, I think, robbed Bazzana of a home run, which is obviously doable at Progressive because the fence is not that high, and he's super tall also, James Wood. But Travis Bazzana is just playing out of his mind right now. I love everything about his game. He's, an adequate defensive player. He's not great, but he's not bad. That's not like a Manzardo situation where he's a negative on defense. The question, can Travis Bazzana be one of the best second basemen in baseball? 100%. Now, he hasn't played long enough that I can have that conversation now, but second base is one of the weakest positions in baseball. Off the top of my head, I think the best second baseman, I'm actually not sure how he's doing so far this year, is probably Ketel Marte.
He's okay. So I actually looked this up for this topic. And if you want to take
but he's not having a good year.
Take the second. There was a couple of guys that I'd never even heard of.
Altuve's getting. Bryce Terang had a big year last year.
Terang's one of them. The guy in Oakland, or not Oakland, the A's.
Zach Yella? No.
No. There's a name I wasn't super familiar with. While both thinking of that,
Zach Yella.
if you look at the Bazzana ranks and this is all of Major League Baseball, by the way.
And again, he's only played
27 games, which is a much smaller sample size.
Yeah.
But even in that small sample size, well, these are the numbers: batting average, slugging, on base percentage, OPS. Those are the numbers you want.
Right.
An elite offensive second baseman to thrive in, and he is doing exactly that. His counting stats weren't worth putting in there because he has 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, but in half the games, that's so much fewer and smaller numbers than the guys who have played enough.
You can't compare. It's unfair now because those guys have played 50-something games, so they've had some ups and downs. They had to play in the bad weather in April, which he didn't have to play in. But his potential as an offensive player, no doubt, like a year or two from now, he could be the best offensive second baseman in the game.
I agree. And look, it's not his fault. It's going to follow him the number 1 pick thing. Right?
Sure.
He was that. But he's a really good player for the Guardians right now.
Yeah.
He's ahead of everybody's schedule, and the things he's doing makes you really excited for the future.
The Guardians drafting in the first round of late, really since post-COVID, has been sensational. Gavin Williams.
It was always terrible before that.
Gavin.
After Lindor.
DeLauter.
Yeah.
Ralphie Velasquez, who's killing it in AAA right now.
Yeah, well, we can't count him yet.
But I'm just saying killing in AAA.
Looks promising.
Bazzana and Lavalette. It's too early for Lavalette to tell.
Yeah, too early for those. I mean,
but
those guys have.
Bazzana, DeLauter, and Gavin Williams are 3 of the biggest staples of this team right now. On top of Jose, you look at the building blocks for this Cleveland Guardians franchise. Offensively, for the future, it's Jose, it's Bazzana, and DeLauter.
Yeah. And now, Bazzana and DeLauter both have not done it long enough to talk of them as their sure things. I believe that they will both continue to be very good players, but until they prove it beyond, 2 months and 1 month, we don't, you can't set it in stone. There's been other guys who have had good rookie seasons and then had bad careers. But we've seen that. But
you're right, Paul. But a fair expectation for Bazzana would have been to have some hits, singles, just kind of get his feet wet.
Yes.
I mean, he's ahead of the
100%. I love where he's at. 2 months ago, we were like, was Bazzana a bad pick? It's looking bad. And now, I'm not feeling too bad about that pick.
No.
Listen, that draft was really good. Nick Kurtz has been a great player for the A's. What's his name? The Reds pitcher?
Chase Burns has been
Petty.
awesome.
Chase Burns, not Chase Petty. Has been absolutely tremendous for Cincinnati. But Caglione hasn't been very good for Kansas City. Weatherholt got off to a good start with St. Louis, but he's cooled off. So, you could argue right now you take Bazzana outside of Burns and Kurtz, you take him third.
With Connor Griffin in Pittsburgh.
He hasn't been he's been okay, but he's not, Bazzana's been better than him since he's been up. So, I mean, I think, wasn't McGonigal in that draft too, or he might have been.
Weatherholt was. I'm not sure.
Weatherholt, but he's been okay. Listen, it was a really good draft. We'll see long term who ends up being the best player. But right now, you got to feel great about DeLauter and Bazzana, no doubt about it. And the answer to the question is yes. Right now, no. It's unfair based on 20-something games to say he's the best second baseman in baseball. But if you're just talking about hitting, a year from now, could he even be the best? A year from now? I think it's possible.
I think my favorite part about Bazzana, and by the way, he's my new favorite Guardians player.
All right,
I've been kind of looking for a new favorite
swing.
Since Will Brennan left. It is now Travis Bazzana.
Well, he's actually good, unlike Will Brennan.
Doesn't matter. It's my personal favorite. It's my opinion. Now it's Bazzana. But the one thing I love about Bazzana, when he steps into the box, even when it was early ball and he wasn't having the success via the numbers, And there was that one post from Betjack saying that the Guardians call him up too early.
That was an embarrassing post.
Every time he steps in the box, there's a calm demeanor about him.
Yeah.
That gives me, the fan, the viewer, confidence that the moment's not too big. And so many players you see up there, whether it's late in the game, whether it's against an ace on the mound, they just sometimes look frazzled in the micro expressions. Just the way Manzardo, the way he taps his bat, like I'm just always a little frantic with over Manzardo. Bazzana's so calm, so poised. It's hard to believe he's played only 40 games, 30 games in Major League Baseball with how much of a veteran presence he kind of has in the box already. And if he's at that advanced at that part of his game, and the numbers are now backing it up, the sky's the limit for this kid. Like, there's a reason he was the number 1 overall pick.
We've seen DeLauter mania to an extent.
Yeah.
People should be excited about Gavin Williams, quite obviously. But I think you look at this weekend, the weather's going to be good, not phenomenal. The team is good. I think Bazzana is one of the reasons. I think the ballpark's going to be jumping. Where are you sitting? You got good ones?
On Saturday, I'm out in the standing room. Sunday, I got better seats.
I like the standing room.
I have a bunch of my friends going. They all have the ballpark pass.
It's going to be gorgeous the next few. I mean, today is amazing out. By the way, you mentioned the 2 young hitters who are great, but you look at outside of Jose, all their other key players are really young. I mean,
really young.
You got the 2 young hitters who are great. In the rotation, Messick and Gavin Williams, both very young. And then your closer, Cade Smith, is very young. Like, those are 5 of your best
young,
players.
Gaddis is young.
Right, but those guys are another level.
They're top tier.
They're
guys,
another level of player. Like Cade Smith, elite relief pitcher. Gavin Williams, elite pitcher. Parker Messick, very good pitcher. We'll see if he can be elite. I'm not convinced he's elite. He's been elite this year. I'm not convinced he will be an elite pitcher in his career. But I'm confident he'll be very good. And DeLauter and Bazzana both have elite, potential, and so far they've shown it. So a lot of good young talent on this team. I would love to see them start trying to lock up some of these guys, especially the hitters. Somebody said I was crazy yesterday because I said I'd give both Bazzana and DeLauter 10-year deals.
I would do the same thing.
I know there's some concern with DeLauter due to injury, but remember, if you sign these guys to 10-year deals now, they're not getting market value. They're getting under market value. And so they'd be reasonable deals even if they don't pan out. But
also, we've seen how hard it is for the Guardians to attract top-tier free agents to Cleveland.
Well, I agree with that.
Well, maybe
they're not willing to spend.
Well, whatever. But now, if you could get those guys locked up, it's less things you need in the future to give yourself a chance.
I don't want to have to start talking about 2 years from now, 3 years from now, having to trade those guys. I don't want to have those conversations. I would try to sign them now. I don't know if they would want to. I don't know if either guy would be willing to do it. But
I just come back to a thought like January, February, when we would have these discussions and we would just talk a little bit of Guardians. You were really down on this offense.
I was
now
big time.
You have really done a 180.
I have. I didn't. I was not confident that DeLauter was going to be in the majors to start the season, and he was. I was not confident at all that Bazzana was going to be up this early, and I'm thrilled that he is. I thought we'd see him in June. That's a big part of it. But the progression of Rocchio and Angel Martinez has been huge. And I wasn't confident either of those things would happen. And even with Jose being not great for him and Quan and Manzardo being disappointing, the offense, because I am confident that those guys will bounce back, I think the offense now has a lot more potential than I thought it'd be. And Messick adding to what was already a talented rotation has me really confident there. I like where this team is at. I think the Guardians are in the best position of any of the Cleveland teams to win a championship right now.
It's hard to argue.
Yeah, I think that's inarguable at this moment. Yeah. We'll see in a month, we'll see in a year, but it's inarguable at this moment.
It also helps that the American League, as we mentioned earlier, is just completely wide open.